To get back at her cheating husband, a wife turned him and his mistress into kebabs, nonchalantly grilling and savoring them in her own backyard while surrounded by the police. In prison, her cold and ruthless demeanor quickly made her the most feared inmate. Her fellow prisoners had to stay up all night to shoo mosquitoes away from her. But one time they missed one. The next day, that inmate was brutally beaten by her. Afterwards, she even forced the victim to massage her feet with their mouth. However, she didn't know her good days were about to end, because an even more vicious character had arrived at the prison, an 18-year-old girl named Anna. Despite not actually having killed anyone, Anna turned herself in to the police, claiming she had kidnapped and murdered a 5-year-old boy. But experienced Detective Jack could tell at a glance that things weren't that simple. With the real culprit still at large and under societal pressure, Jack had no choice but to go along with this false accusation. And so, Anna was arrested for murder. Surrounded by numerous reporters, Anna carefully reenacted the crime. But when she had to choose which color pillow she used to smother the boy, she became visibly flustered. In her panic, she looked towards Jack, who was hiding in the crowd. Jack raised his left hand and pointed to his watch. Anna immediately understood, grabbed the brown pillow, and tried her best to look fierce to mask her nervousness. However, to everyone's surprise, when faced with countless camera flashes, Anna didn't hesitate to take off her mask, her eyes full of determination, as if proclaiming to everyone that she was the cold-blooded killer. On the way back to prison, a man smiled at Anna. Only Anna herself knew that this man was the real murderer. Anna was quickly sentenced to 13 years in prison. Yet after entering prison, Anna's attitude changed. She sincerely helped everyone, meticulously cared for her cellmates and roommates, and patiently accompanied the elderly. Even when Lisa accidentally fell, Anna took the initiative to help, personally feeding her. As a result, she was rated a model prisoner. Strangely though, under Anna's meticulous care, Lisa's condition grew increasingly severe. Unbeknownst to all, this was all part of Anna's act. Finally, the day of Anna's release arrived. A pastor handed her a block of white tofu, symbolizing her rebirth and reformation from then on. However, Anna directly knocked the tofu to the ground. To everyone's astonishment, after enduring for 13 years, Anna finally shed her disguise and embarked on the path of revenge. It turned out that the year Anna had just turned 18, she accidentally got pregnant and was heartlessly abandoned by her boyfriend. With nowhere to turn, she could only seek help from her teacher, not knowing it would push her into an endless abyss. On the surface, John was a kind and amiable teacher, but behind the scenes, he was a complete demon. Because he was infertile, he despised children immensely and had even developed a perverted hobby. Every month, he would kidnap a child from a wealthy family, take them to the basement, abuse them, and then cruelly kill them.